Hey, thanks for tuning in everyone and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss new content. And if you're a returning visitor, thanks for stopping back and supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. We've got another great video for you today as we're getting into my first SportLots auction win. Stick around and see what treasures we can find in our box. Okay, the auction description reads huge 1970s football lot, 660 count box. The opening bid on the auction was placed on August 10th, and my winning bid was placed on August 18th. So overall, just a day or two longer than an eBay auction, which is not bad, and I think I got a pretty good deal as well. We'll see how many cards are actually in the box, but I'd paid just under $98 for the lot. So even at 600 cards, I'm looking at 16.5 cents per card. Now let's get into it. Okay, here's the box. And I'm pretty excited to get into this. Like I said, the auction said huge 1970s lot, which means the cards can be from any year in the 70s. And I'm excited to see what cards I can add to my collection, as I don't have too many cards from the 70s. I've been working on the 76 set. So, let's see what we got here. We got the old SportLots receipt. All right. Put that off to the side here. Here's our box. SportLots. Okay. So I got two boxes. All right. Well, that's interesting. That's everything in here. We'll put that over here. Get our handy dandy knife. Okay. Right, there we go. That's box number one. Not sure what box number two is here, but there we go. Wow, this looks like a ton of cards, and I am super excited for that. We got here, we got a few in the sleeves, it looks like. Stenerud, oh, a whole bunch. All right, Larry Zonka, nice. Lance Allworth, okay. So we've obviously got some 71s, which is fun. I'd like to see if we can pull a Joe Green out of there. That would be great. Let's see what we got here in the front. All right, so in the front we've got some 70s, a whole bunch of 70s. Look at that. This is just a marker, I guess. It's something to put between the years. So that's awesome. And right off the bat, you've got a Bob Greasy. That's always good to see. Yeah, we'll get into these a little bit more. There's Charlie Taylor. Gene Washington. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to put these aside because I'm going to actually take some time to go through and sort these and sleeve them all up and see what I really got. This whole box is basically 71s. The rest of this box is all 71s. I wonder if these are in any kind of order here. Yeah, it looks like he's got them in number order too, so that'll be nice. All right, so put these back here. Put these guys in. That in. Go ahead and. So those are my 70s and 71s. There we go. Let's see what this box is here. Guessing it probably goes this way because we got some more 71s in here. In this pile. Yeah, we got some doubles. That's okay, though. Greg Landry, Cannon, Jarella. That's an Oiler. All right, so those are more 71s. More Stenerud. This guy must have been a Stenerud guy. Nothing wrong with that. So let's get this out of the way here. And put these here just to go through a few of these. So there you go. This is, what we got here? 1980. Oh, snuck in some 80s on me, huh? All right. 83s. Yeah, it's got a bunch of 80s in here. What are these, 78s? Yep, 78s. Alan Page, I mean, that is awesome. Lawrence McCutcheon, Brian Sipe. So we got some 78s here. '75. Some more 70s. Back to the '79s. Okay. Mike Haynes. I like that card. Randy Gradishar. Art Shell. Fensick and Hart. Wesley Walker. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. Harold Carmichael. Lyle Azedo. Fleer. All right, we'll take some Fleer. That's fun. Get into that at some point. 76. Bob Trumpy. Freddie Solomon. Okay. More 76s. Look at that. Larry Zonka. Jim Otis. Carl Eller. There you go. Look at these cards. These are beautiful. Awesome. George Blanda. Alzado. Let's see here. So I don't know if that's his rookie card or not. I don't know what year he was a rookie. L.C. Greenwood. There you like that. All right. A few more here. Let's just see. Curly Culp. Jim Langer. Emmett Thomas. Archie Manning. Look at that. So, another Carl Eller. You know, these aren't terrible shape either if you look. I mean, overall, they look to be in pretty good shape. I mean, some of them are off center or miscut a little bit.
but the majority of them are in really nice shape. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to put these back. And I'm just going to go sleeve all these up and kind of sort through them and see what I've got. And then I'll come back and we'll go through and look at some of the hits. You know, look at a few of the cards here and there. And I'll give you a different report on what I find. Okay, as promised, I've gone through, I've sleeved up all my cards here, and we've taken a look at the numbers. So altogether, we had 624 cards that I'm calling are usable, right? We had 9 cards right here that were not usable. This one looks to be in pretty good shape until you flip it over, and then you see the crayon on the back. So I threw that one right out, and then these other ones have some kind of writing on them. This one had some paper stuck to the back of it. That's no good. More writing. This is a used checklist. So we got rid of that one too. You know, a couple more writings on the face. So that's those 9 get right out. But outside of that, 624 cards cost me about $98. I looked up all the values for these cards, and just in the raw state right here is over $1,100 worth of cards. So the profit or potential profit that I'd be looking at if I tried to sell these all for their raw card value would be $1,023. So super happy about that. Really excited. In all these cards, there were 80 Hall of Fame cards and 70 rookie cards. I do have the rookie cards separated so we can kind of take a look at them. Yeah, let me move this over, I guess. All right, our first one is from, and oddly enough, we had, this is not just a 70s lot. We had 1980 tops, 1983 and 84 tops as well. So that's that 36 cards from the 80s. The rest of them were from the 70s. So the first rookie card is from 1984, and that is Jeff Chadwick. Yep, don't know that guy at all, but there he is. And then we get the rookie card from 1983, Ron Smith. Another guy I'm not really familiar with. All right, and then we get into 1979, got John Yarno, Steve Wilson, Tony Hill, Eric Williams, and Cornell Webster. So those are our 1989 rookies right there. And then we're going to take a look. 79, sorry, 1979 there. This is 1978 here. Gary Shirk. All right, so that was Gary Barbaro, Steve Nelson, Danny Buggs, Herm Edwards. There you go. Darrell Luce and Dick Ambrose. So those are 1978s. Then we get into, got our 1976 rookies here. Ronnie Coleman, Ray Hamilton, Bob Avellini, Rich Glover, Harold Hart, Van Green, Freddie Solomon, there you go, and Rod McNeil. All right, so those were the 76s. Then we get into, I think these are 74s, right? Jack Reynolds, Solomon Freeland, Greg Pruitt, good running back for the Browns, Otis Sistrunk, Tom Drugas, Mac Alston, Richard Harris, John DeMarie, Vince Clements, Don Zimmerman, Jess Phillips, Wally Chambers with the hairdo, Larry Cole, and John Fitzgerald. 1974s. Then we get into our 1971s. This is by far the largest group of cards that I've had. Marty Schottenheimer leading the way. Look at that. Walt Garrison, Greg Landry, Roy Gerela, Lionel Aldridge, Terry Hanratty, Rick Volk, Carl Garrett, Ron Johnson, Bobby Douglas, Altie Taylor, Dwayne Thomas, Marty Domrez, John Fuqua, Bob Tucker, Mercury Morris, there you go. It's probably one of the bigger names that we've seen. George Coons, Garo Yepremian, Glenn Condren, Mike Phipps, and Robert Holmes. So those are the 1971s, and then our 1970s. We've got Gene Washington, decent wide receiver there. We've got Jim Lynch, Harold Jackson, another good wide receiver, Jerry Levius, Bo Scott, Tom Mack. There's really a good underappreciated guard. Haven Moses, Mike Garrett, Earl McCullough, David Lee, Bill Thompson, Greg Cook, and Mac Percival. So those are all the rookie cards that we found. 70 of them in all. And then getting into our high grade, our high dollar amount cards. If these cards were PSA 10s, these would be the top 10 cards out of the lot. First up, we have 1976 Bobby Maples. This one at a PSA 10 would be worth about $1,000. And honestly, it looks in really good shape. Corner down here is pretty worn. But other than that, I mean, overall, looks really good. You know, so that could be maybe an 8 or so. Who knows? Bobby Bell is number 9. This card would come in at $1,079. Pretty good shape. Little wear on the corner there, little crease on the corner there. That's all worn up there. I mean, it's not going to be a 10. I know that. But even if I could grade these and get a couple $100 out of them, you know, that would really be pretty cool. Number 8, we're going to go with Tom Mack from 1970. This would be worth about $1,300. Again, really good shape. This corner is a little banged up, a little too much, but all in all, not a bad looking card. Next up is Dwayne Thomas from the 1971 set. Again, pretty good shape. Definitely not a 10, but, you know, again, who knows? Who knows what we can get? Bob Tucker, next up. So Dwayne Thomas would have been worth about $1,350. Bob Tucker is going to be worth about $1,380. Again, not even close to a 10. I mean, I don't even know if this would get a 7, maybe, but still, it's fun to look and see what it may be. Jim Butler is next. And this card would be worth around $2,400 if I could get a 10. And honestly, it's not bad. It's definitely off center. It's got some wear on the corners, of course, so it's not going to be a 10. But all in all, pretty good shape. Next up, we have Ed Wyzakowski, and this would be worth about $3,000. You know, still kind of rough shape, but not terrible. Always good for the collection. Coming in at number 3 is Chuck Howley, linebacker for the Cowboys. Looks in pretty good shape. We got some edging here. It's definitely off center both ways, but all in all, a nice looking card. Number 2 is going to be Jim Marshall, defensive end for the Vikings. Looks to be off center top to bottom. Definitely some edging. The corners are worn pretty good, but a nice looking mustache. So that's worth about $4,000. And another $4,000 card would be David Lee. And I don't know, see if that is on the card or not. Yeah, it looks like it is. I don't know if that's a pen mark or if it's just the way the photograph was taken. But anyways, All in all, this would be worth about $4,000. A punter card worth $4,000 if it was in PSA 10, which it is not. So those are the high value cards.
Thanks for coming along with me on my first journey through a SportLots auction package. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of the cards, and if you don't know what SportLots is, check out this video up here. Now stay safe out there. I'll see you next time.